sitting here talking with Dr. Gulani. It's a Tuesday morning. I asked him to come in and let me ask him a few questions. 17 years ago, he repaired my eye vision. I had radial keratotomy and had gone to many other surgeons who said it couldn't be done. So here we are sitting talking, and I just wanted to ask him, what made you so confident that you could fix the issues that I had?
Like every patient that comes to my area, I love all of y'all. You know that it's a commitment. I always say this to every surgeon I teach: commit first, confidence will follow. Very important, and that's the dogma that I've followed for decades. So when I saw you, you had over 14 cuts, but more important, you had very high irregular astigmatism from your cuts. Your cornea was very distorted. You also had scars, if you remember, and you had come with cataracts, extremely far-sighted eyes with very high irregular astigmatism. Do I remember correct?
Yeah, absolutely. You got it exactly right.
And then your doctors were not wrong. It was a complex case. But when I look at something like these, especially radial keratotomy cases that I've been now fixing for decades, you yourself are now 17 years post-op, is I look at potential, vision potential. That then drives me. You had potential. Now I just got to figure out, how do I maneuver the logic? How do I calculate and measure you? Because your measurements were off, plus you were fluctuating. On top of that, how do I anatomically perform the surgery with everything I want, which is no stitches, give you a great experience, and land at vision, in most cases without glasses, distance or near. So when you have that attitude, which I carry with me, along with integrity, as you know, we don't advertise, nothing like that going on. And it's very important then you get committed to that patient and their outcomes, because you deserve it, right? So when I saw you, when I saw all those complexities, I leveled in my mind like bowling pins, if you may, and then I must strike all of them. That's why what I do is a designed surgery. It's not, let's just try this surgery, if it works, let's just put this lens in if it works. All that is hopeful planning. So what we planned for you was, I did a LaZrPlastique. I didn't call it LaZrPlastique at that time, 2 decades ago. We recently got it FDA patent trademark registered. So cataract-based technique that we did, we used a multifocal toric lens in your case, and I went in without a stitch, and irrespective of your corneal abnormalities, we fixed the optics and removed your hard cataract and came out. That process of mathematically, optically canceling the anatomical pathologies is what is LaZrPlastique. That's the difference between just cataract, go and remove cataract, put a lens, and LaZrPlastique. Basically, it's like you can get a suit off the rack.
All right.
Looks good.
Yeah.
But what if you are custom tailored down to your toes? That's LaZrPlastique. You want everything, and even in complex cases, you are hard on yourself. Again, no guarantees for the patient, right? Remember, you signed your life off.
Yeah.
But that's important for integrity. And that's what made me perform with that technology for you, bring you to distance near. And in your case, I had planned 2 stages, if you remember. Stage 2, after you stabilized with the LaZrPlastique, I came in and did LaZrPlastique and corrected your scars on your archaic cornea and made the whole optical system perfect, despite the fact that you still carry all those cuts in your cornea.
It's awesome. I mean, I'm very, very pleased with the whole thing. This next question might embarrass you a little bit, but and I know some other doctors too, think of you as the greatest of all time when it comes to these surgical procedures. You're always improvising, inventing things, coming up with new ways to do stuff, and you keep all the patients super confident at the same time. So would you refer to yourself as the GOAT?
Well, as you know, Harry, I say this very loudly and proudly, my patients have made me, including you. You all have turned me to what I would become, and I cannot stop thanking y'all. It's that level of incredible gratitude I have for y'all. So whatever y'all call me, people have called me so many names, but GOAT is a very high order. With due respect, I would only with respect accept that, not with any arrogance or anything braggadocious in that sense. It's been an honor to consistently perform at this level, and I hope to continue, because helping you see is a true passion, and then sharing that with my colleagues transparently, showing them these difficult cases and sharing your reactions with them None of you are incentivized, none of you get Starbucks cards, and all of you are very intelligent. Many of you are skeptical when you come to me, right? All surgeons have told you nothing can be done. So I believe the strength that I get to fight for all of you is given to me by you. So whether you call me the GOAT or whatever, that's a relative term to me. It's my pleasure seeing you all succeed.
Well, rest assured, we do call you the GOAT, and the hope that you gave back to me anyway, and I know all the other patients, is very much appreciated. I know you're always doing more and more technological or innovative techniques. I noticed next door over here, you've got a new surgery suite or something called Eye Suite.
Yes.
What's that all about?
So, when I did your surgery, I did it in a nice surgical center.
Right.
But that's a surgical center many doctors go to, and then, it's a process, and you have IV and injections and stuff like that. And even though the surgery was done so elegantly for it was a nice place, I've always had a dream to be in full control and give the highest level of care to our patients. So I built actually the world's only eye surgery spa, if you may. That is US patent, trademark, recognized, registered. And there I have all the technology I need with all the safety levels we have. In fact, nearly 100% of our patients do not take any anesthesia besides numbing drugs. Can you believe that?
Wow.
We are presenting that data. Actually, I'll be speaking in Europe and at our meetings here in the country. And fascinating because I'm a man of science, I love all this, is safety first. We have all levels of anesthesia facility at our surgery suite, spa, patients call it. But I'm able to do even complex. I just did patients with 40 cut radial keratotomy cataracts, no stitches, 38 cut a few weeks ago, and intense cases, but it's amazing. And I'm recording this all the time. You may see these videos, which we do to teach with our colleagues. Patients are talking while I'm in their eye in these difficult cases, just numbing drops and music.
Wow.
I truly believe the quest of a doctor to not only keep on improvising, because I'm still not my best. It's gratifying to hear all these accolades from colleagues, industry, patients, but I don't think I'm at my best yet. I still think there is much more I have to do.
Wow.
So taking it to that level is, for me, how much more comfortable can I make it for you? I am the one going through the fire. I don't want you to feel that heat. So that's why when I come out, we even record patients getting up from surgery, smiling and dancing and walking out dancing. We are letting other colleagues and patients and doctors see it, not because I want more patients to come, but I want doctors to realize that it's possible. There's no need to drug a patient to, completely morose situation on a stretcher, and then the patient comes out completely drugged out. Not needed, I feel. And even if I can do it in such complex cases, obviously simple cataract cases should have this experience. So that's why LaZrPlastique was born. The level of surgery that's custom designed cataract surgery to correct even irregular and normal cases to beyond normal outcomes with a great experience. All right? That's what led to this, the LaZrPlastique, the suite, and we brought everything under control with very high state requirements and safety.
Okay, Doc, I've been hearing a lot about new lenses and lens technologies and devices. What is your take on all of that stuff?
My take always, all right? Even for you, when I used this technology that I did for your multifocal toric 17 years ago, it was pretty new, very new. In fact, and I practically don't know any surgeon who may have used these for radial keratotomy cases as complex as yours. And I have a series of you patients who are now reaching 17 years, 18 years post-op. So I don't like to hype technology, because technology, I call that ingredient. All right. There are now about 36 lens implants, premium lens implants available in the United States, FDA approved.
Wow.
And over 84 in the world.
Wow.
And because I have international privileges, I have access to quite a few things, even beyond what's available here. But to talk about the lens is like you're talking about the ingredient, and you're not speaking about the recipe that the master chef has to perform.
Right.
This is leading to a lot of confusion. In fact, we see so many patients, even today you saw these patients landing. They are miserable. They've fallen for some advertising where the doctor said they are the first in their town to do a certain new lens, or a new lens has just been approved by FDA. All that's okay, but is that the right one for you?
Right.
You see a new ingredient, you put in coffee and curry, that's wrong. It'll be 50% right?
Yeah.
You can't just put the ingredient in the eye and go, oh, it should work. Wrong.
Oh, it didn't work.
Exactly. With your eye, I needed a certain optics. I knew your cornea by default from the RK had become multifocal. So I canceled the multifocality by what is called aberration using a multifocal lens and gave you the ability to overcome your fluctuation because the multifocal lens has a 3 diopter add in it. So all that is a lot of planning. Then I go into my kitchen and see which technology is available in the US that can match the optic I want. That's how it should be done. But right now it's being done opposite. A lot of patients come here complaining to me that wherever they went for their surgery, they were given menu cards. You know, you have cataract, now here's a menu card. You want platinum, gold, or garbage package. That's incorrect. That's just like giving you an option of a burger, hot dog, and let's say a taco. No, you want a master chef who looks at you, looks at your situation, physical condition, your taste, your palate, your culture, whatever, and comes up with the dish that you deserve, and then takes that dish to the plastique level, which is gourmet level. So you still don't make just an ordinary dish, you take it to that gourmet. Right. So when I teach this in analogy of master chef, it makes a lot of sense. You cannot, like now, right now I told you this patient of 38 cut, 40 cut we did recently. We put the new technology called the Aptera lens. It's like a pinhole optics, IC8. But still, I don't like to talk much about technology because that was the ingredient. Yes, it's important. But the recipe of how we did that, right. Why I did that, why you want that surgery. If you think about this, you put in the most phenomenal lens, but you damage the eye while doing surgery, it's over. It doesn't matter. You took a stitch during surgery, it's over. The lens optic doesn't matter because you caused astigmatism with your stitch. Or if the patient has associated pathologies. So if you don't think about all that, just dropping a lens in the eye, you're just hoping for success. And if any RK patient sees with that particular lens, it means the RK cornea or the eye was so easy, so simple, that any lens would have worked. Think about that. That's why in cases like you have to counter or take into effect the point of the viewfinder or his cornea that is cracked forever. It's got 95% deep forever. So that's my take on lenses and technologies. But overall technologies have obviously improved over the decades. We are constantly leading edge in that. But I like to always look at it as, what do you deserve? What is my dream ingredients I would want for you when I build your recipe that I do? And then go and use those ingredients, and that has always worked. But opposite of having just 3 ingredients and putting them in will never work because you didn't plan the recipe. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely.
Many a times I'm waiting for technology to be approved because I've used it abroad before FDA approval. Yeah. So that's why I don't fall for any hype. No one can come into my institute and say this technology got approved yesterday, it's latest, you want to be first in your town, city, state, country. I'm like, no, this won't work. Plus I have seen everything over decades.
Right.
So you can tell by knowing the past that this particular pattern of technology will not work. Right. And you've always proven right because you stand your ground. Like I say, stand for something or you keep falling. And best way is always track the past of any surgeon who says things like this is best. You say, hey, what did you say last year? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Keep doing what you're doing because all of us appreciate all of your actions. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to sit down here with me and discuss some of this stuff and answer some of my questions. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Always good. Enjoy your grandkids now. You're no longer the big CFO and Navy and triathlete, right? I remember?
Right.